IHTM Sports.
Saw the announcements for the lineups. We're going to get tipped off right now. And now we switch the camera back to the game. There we go. Braves featuring the same lineup they've had for the first 4 games so far this year. Maddie Antonucci, Ella Riggs, Annie Ishrading, Jaden James, and Kennedy Green. Maddie couldn't quite sky to get their rebound on the Ella Riggs missed 3. Braves will come out in a man-to-man. Mariemont's coming off of a massive backside, girls. Can't give an open shot like that, but and got a box out on the backside. Mariemont's coming off a big comeback win against Wyoming, down about 10 going into the 4th quarter. They end up winning by 2, and they are atop the CHL with the Braves at this point. That was a little too easy, but number 14 misses the bunny for the Warriors, and Nooch comes up with the board. Ella Riggs with a nice drive in and gets the nice friendly roll for her first 2 points of the day.
Good to see Ella getting off to a quick start. Such an important part of what the Braves have done and what they will continue to do.
Ooh. Maddie can ill afford to get in foul trouble. Even though Maddie's truly a wing player, she's also the biggest post presence the Braves have. So keeping her out on the floor and off the bench with fouls is crucial for Indian Hill this evening. Turn around somebody. There we go. Ella on the floor. And the Braves will bring it up. And we got a turnover. Ella looked left, looked right, moved her feet a little bit in the process.
A little disorganized, but the Braves are at it now in a full court press.
Oh, Jaden's got to watch her back. And that's a nice pass. Nice kick out. Oh, that's a bad pass that Ella Riggs picks off easily. Nice look over to Annie Ishrading. 4 goes the shot. Kennedy Green will launch it, though. Short. And let's get back on defense, Braves. Olivia Nacchioni, nice spin, but grab that, Jaden. Good job. Olivia Nacchioni, outstanding athlete for the Warriors, has a tendency historically to be a little out of control. She's going to draw a foul there.
Little transition there. Looks like Jaden got a little excited trying to get on the ball and unfortunately called for the foul.
Yep. Well, the hardest, as I'm sure Pete will agree, the hardest thing to teach young players, male or female, is play defense with your feet in the game of basketball and soccer for that matter, and most other sports. Braves are trying to we've got to get back here running that 1-3-1 trap with Jaden James playing the back line. Now come back into a sort of a sagging man-to-man. Definitely Jaden playing way off of her mark, as is Kennedy Green. Speaking of playing defense with your feet, Maddie Antonucci just gave a little baby clinic right there, moving her feet very well. It's not just the scoring with Maddie. It's why Florida Gulf Coast loves that young woman and is going to have her starring for them next year. Nacchioni around the perimeter again. Swings it again. And Kendall Dewey will launch one from distance. Iron unkind. Nooch with the board. And she'll start the Braves move up the court. Riggs trying one way short, unfortunately, on that shot. You know, Ella's got such a good shooting form and stroke and smart offensive player that when she misses a shot, you know, by more than an inch or two, like that obviously was the case where she missed kind of badly, it's always a surprise, like, oh my gosh, how did she miss that? Kennedy Green gets nice position, boxes out Nacchioni, and Ish will bring the ball up for the Braves. Looking into Jaden James, unfortunately, brought the ball down.
We seem to be in the testing mode. We're at the 4-minute mark. It's a 2-0 game in favor of our Braves. Both teams testing. Shots a little bit tight. The iron has been a factor on both sides. And Braves back into the 1-3-1, as you alluded to.
Accioni's going to take that every day. Warriors not a particularly good shooting team historically, with the exception probably of Ashley Rothard, who graduated a couple years ago. Pretty good outside shooter she was. And nice board by Jaden. Get it under control. Yeah, Braves need to make sure they're valuing the basketball in this game. That's a nice pass into Riggs, but she thinks better of it. That's a double dribble. Oh, no, actually got 3-second call, but that was, in fact, a double dribble.
I think you're right there. Could have called it either way.
Yeah, I can't tell you that I've ever seen a Mariemont team not play a 2-3. I mean, a few years ago, they had a girl, talented player, Rebecca Justice, who was just a, about 6'3", 6'4", the immovable object in the post. Had a great game, nice little touch from inside of anything inside 8 feet. She was money. Nooch trying a 3 and buries it. But I think then, I don't know if that was before my time, before she started playing, but they've stuck with that 2-3. Oh, Kennedy got to go up, get up. She got the board, but needs to leave her feet a little bit on that.
Here comes Maddie bringing the ball up the court after clearing a rebound and hitting a long shot. Maddie very active in the early stages, as you'd expect. And again, Maddie Anatucci up with the shot, fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I see Doug Spreen instructing, the Mariemont coach instructing his players to, that was pretty close. I mean, you try to teach kids to, especially at this level, to just stand there, keep your hands up, don't move, try to influence the shot with the assumption that most players, of which Maddie certainly is not most players, with the assumption that most players are probably going to miss in traffic like that. But it looks like the ref saw her, one of the 2 Mariemont players, moving a little bit and not being stationary, and Nooch is the benefit and goes to the line.
And if you're one of the Mariemont players and you see 13 coming your way, it's hard not to.
Absolutely.
With her skill level and talent, something's going to happen.
I think we have an inadvertent whistle there.
Maddie hits both ends of the free throws. The Braves are up 7-0, 2:20 to go in the first.
Oh, that's a nice press break. That's a travel, though. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Looks like they're calling
I think they called Norris Stern for a foul.
A little body contact before the travel, it would seem.
Oh, maybe not. They called it on Sarah Stevens, so. Nice looking shot there by
looks like it was Amy Muller.
Amy Muller, number 14 for the Warriors, and it's get some points on the board for the neighbors down south. Nucci driving the lane, get a nice little runner. Oh, can't get just a little short, but that was a real nice penetration by Maddie Antonucci.
Great looking runner, just didn't go for her.
So that's a travel. Yeah, as I said, Olivia Nacchioni is a really good soccer player, just an outstanding overall athlete. Her basketball, she does sometimes get a little out of control there, and unfortunately for her, she took an extra little step in that. Otherwise, a pretty nice move, though, a nice spin. Just didn't quite get it all down.
Might have worked in the NBA.
Yep. Jaden picks up the foul for the Braves. That's the team's fourth. Now we're seeing something we haven't really seen in the first 4 games, and that is we saw Nora Stearns in the game right now, and she usually is not one to come in the first quarter. And saw Sarah Stevens in for a while. Amy Prue getting in some early minutes here for the Braves as well. So I don't know if Nora gets her hands on the ball, and Jaden walked. Smiles at the ref. I think she knew that she didn't get off cleanly.
So the ladies are working hard, getting down, making something happen. Unfortunately, that one, there was some foot shuffling. Warriors ball.
Oh, nice look inside, but run down by Kendall Dewey. That's a nice hustle effort, and she wants the ball back.
Yeah, she does.
But it's not going to happen. Ella Riggs comes up with a steal. She's going to go strong and get fouled. Can't quite hit the bucket, but I think either one of those young ladies from Mariemont could have been called for that one. They both tracked down Ella and made some contact.
Yeah, a really strong, measured drive to the hole by Ella, I might add. She sensed it was coming and drew the foul and still was able to get the ball up.
In Ella's case, the hack-a-shack strategy is the exact opposite. She's a phenomenally good free throw shooter. You just watch her, and her form is fantastic. Nice soft release. Again, you watch her when she's got time to shoot, and you wonder how she ever misses a shot. Same with Maddie Antonucci. Usually, she'll take a lot of shots, and you say, "Oh my God, how did she miss?" Because she's got great form, and they both have 95% of the time their shot selection is fantastic. Ooh, nice. Let it go. Nice move by the Mariemont player. Got by Ella Riggs with her first step, but lost it right out of bounds, and the B-Braves ball.
Seeing Ella bring the ball up the court right now. Mariemont's got a 2-3, backing off a little bit as Ella brings the ball around. Swings it to Maddie. From the free throw line.
Nice fake. Oh.
A little bit off target.
Well, that was, I think I was going to say she rushed that shot, but really she made a nice head fake, ball pump, got her defender off balance, and then got a pretty good open look out of it, but just inexplicably a little wide left.
Everything looked good except the shot. Strong first quarter for the Braves, 9-2, and seems to be that the visitors haven't quite found their way in managing through our press and getting a feel for our rims.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Braves are, as you would expect in the early season, working through some of the kinks of, a number of lineup changes from last year's team that won the CHL and went to the district finals. Especially in the ball handling area. Having a little bit of trouble sometimes in a couple of games so far this season. But again, new personnel, getting used to each other. They're not quite as aggressive as last year on the defensive end or with their press. And again, last year you had 5 starting players, all of whom it wasn't just Clarity Hamill or Nina Price that were handling the ball. The other 3 starters, Maddie Antonucci and Ella Riggs and Annie Ishfording, all at least competent, if not very good ball handlers in their own right.
Ella Riggs, deep left wing, comes up a bit deep.
Somebody else, Ella needs to, Ella needs to make sure she's watching the backside. There's
That's
nobody
right.
on the, Braves get the ball knocked away, but, all 5 of the white jerseys were on the, bench side of the lane in that particular possession with, little fortunate maybe to get the ball knocked away, and that Mariemont wasn't able to reverse.
That's right.
And work it around to some open shooters on the far side. Kendall Dewey is that, I believe. Turn around, Kendall. Yep. Kendall Dewey hits a nice bomb from outside. Bringing Mariemont up to a 4-point deficit. A little light on the scoring here so far.
And there's
Nooch right on cue. Thank you, Maddie.
a very tough move inside, able to manipulate the body, and now she blocks the ball out of bounds. She's following up with a great offensive move with some strong defense on the press.
Yeah. Well, it's a bugaboo of a lot of high school teams where they're not making, if they're trying to break a press, they don't ball fake very well, typically, and I'm not faulting Mariemont necessarily. It's a common thread. And you saw right there where, these they don't make a ball fake, and they'll telegraph where the ball's going, and somebody, both a talented and experienced and long player like Maddie Antonucci's going to make them pay in that situation.
I might add to that point, I see a lot of teams, Mariemont right there does it, pass the ball in the air versus using that bounce pass.
Yeah.
The bounce pass is, in many cases, a much better option for getting the ball up the court. Jaden James on the post.
Tries to make her spin, but loses it. Danny Green just a little bit slow reacting to that one and couldn't quite get it. Jaden gets a good board.
Good.
Swings around nice. Jaden got the ball, did not bring it down like she sometimes does. That's a really good, post players or anybody rebounding. Don't bring the ball down. And she turned and got rid of it. Oh, Maddie Antonucci can't get that. Kennedy Green with a nice rebound. Gets it out to Ella Riggs, who gets hammered.
Impressive Jaden James starting the play. As you said, strong rebounds, strong pivot. Got the ball out on the break. Good things happen with a quick and simple transition. And to your point of earlier, Ella Riggs in that great form. Hit first free throw good.
Yeah, when they were coming up, I always told Maddie Antonucci, it's like, you got the best free throw form of any female player I've ever seen. And then she might be even matched or maybe even surpassed by Ella Riggs at this point.
Well, certainly
they both just
right.
have phenomenally good forms. I mean, as a coach, everything you try to teach kids about using your legs, elbow in, higher release point, just fantastic. Little scramble for the ball, and I thought Maddie had that for sure, but not to be as that.
Looks like Marley Valentine.
Yeah, 21, Marley Valentine, that's right. She
gets the loose change, goes up strong, gets Mariemont a bucket. 13-7, 5:30 to go in the second.
Braves seem to be back into man-to-man and backing off that trap.
Nice high screen by Mariemont.
Oh, we get a travel call. I thought, seeing the end of that, I thought maybe they might have rung up Jaden James for a foul on the arm, but got the happy feet a little bit before that point.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Spreen mixing up the offense, setting up a high screen to get a little scissor cut off it. Looked pretty good. Didn't work out for Mariemont, but a nice play.
See, Maddie ducked on that pass, thinking that I do believe it was actually intended for Ella Riggs, that pass, and then Maddie ducked it. Unfortunately, a Warriors defender right behind her.
Another pass by Isfording that does not make it to the intended
Brave. And he's got to look off the defenders and again make a little ball fake, and Andy's going to get called on that. Well, I think we got lucky on that one. Andy made a pretty big shoulder bump there, and I thought she was going to get called for sure, but ref on top of it makes the traveling call, and we'll take it.
Braves 13-9, 4:45 to go in the second. It's like Maddie's going to be bringing the ball up the court. Talk about a multi-talented player that can play 1 through 5. That would be Maddie.
Absolutely. Amy Prue and Sarah Stevens both back into the game for Indian Hill, giving some valuable breather minutes to Jaden James and Annie Ishfording at this point.
Nice pass inside to Maddie.
I think Maddie got a little contact, played through it, but
great feed from Riggs to Maddie, but it did not fall.
That's a little bit out of control, and Amy Prue going up for it, just can't quite get it. And looks like the ref called as 13, and Amy Prue were going out of bounds, and 13 Kendall Spreen, coach's daughter, threw the ball off of Amy, and Amy was already, I think, standing out of bounds. So unlucky. Sfortunato.
Loose change. Here comes Maddie bringing the ball up the court. Couple Warriors come from behind and knock the ball loose. Sarah Stevens in the mix. Warriors ball coming up the court.
Yeah, Braves uncharacteristically a little out of kilter. A lot of ball handling turnovers so far in this game for Indian Hill. I mean, they do have a tendency to, it is their style to be up-tempo. And every once in a while, I don't know if Rachel wants to consider slowing them down a little bit, especially maybe with some of the subs on the floor, that you don't want to be turning the ball over and give Mariemont the opportunity to get back in this game, because they've crawled back to now only a 4-point deficit with a couple shots at the line here. Opportunity to cut into that even more. Which
they do. Looks like Kendall Dewey.
Yep. The first.
Yeah, the flow has certainly changed in the second period here in favor of Mariemont. Indian Hill need to tighten things up, be a little more responsible with the ball.
And the senior, Kendall Dewey, brings Mariemont to within a bucket of the Braves. Halfway through the second quarter. And Braves only up 13-11 now. Finding the hoops a little hard to come by tonight versus most of their games. But the Warriors a good team.
A lot of shots have rattled, but not fallen for the Braves.
Mariemont always, again, pretty defensively sound there. Again, they've played that 2-3 longer than Jim Boeheim probably. So Newt's trying one from distance and well short on that. So yeah, I think Mariemont's they grew up in that system.
Great steal. Here comes Maddie on a steal all the way. Finish. Yes, she does.
Not too many people going to make Maddie miss that shot, even with contact.
Her eyes and her look were determined, and she finishes to bring the Braves up to a 4-point lead, 15-11 with 2:38 to go. And another steal. Great feed.
Oh, and a nice block. Oh, are we going to get a foul call? Probably with the body, I have to think, because I thought, I don't know if that was
I think you're right.
Spreen or Nacchione that had the, looked like they might have had a block, but it must have been a body call.
It looked clean on top, but some body contact. Great pass from Maddie to Ella.
Absolutely.
Now Ella back to the line. And she gets the front end.
Yeah, she almost touched the rim that time. Annie Isfording returns for the Braves. The future CHL Player of the Year hits her second free throw.
Warriors break the press and are.
Yeah, might have been a little trouble. Yeah, I think Ella Riggs, the only reason she wasn't CHL Player of the Year because Maddie Antonucci was on the same team with her.
Two awfully good players, two wonderful choices.
Yep.
Warriors working the ball around the perimeter, quite a distance from the basket.
Yeah, I don't know if our camera or our headsets went dead there for a second. I don't know if I was trying to say something and couldn't even hear myself. So,
Braves.
Not that anybody wants to hear me, but that's okay.
Well, what we had while we were missing was a Braves foul on Ella Riggs, her first Warrior ball. We've hit the 2-minute mark to go in the first half. 17-11 Braves as the Warriors bring it in, and another
That's a nice drive.
Yeah, Kendall Dewey again.
Yeah,
she's proven to be
Well, the two seniors, Nat Keone and Kendall Dewey, are key for the Warriors. Nice entry pass. Maddie got nice seal on the block. Nice pass in, and she gets a good steal. And all of a sudden, the Braves have added 4 to the lead. But Kennedy Green made a nice entry pass. Nooch had a good seal, made a nice, quick and confident spin move, and that's all she wrote.
And I love to see this is twice now. Another steal for the Braves. Ella Riggs brings it up the court. Looking to reverse it. Kennedy over to Maddie. Ella Riggs on top.
Yeah, this might be one situation where you might want to be just looking for the best shot you can get and not necessarily the first available here.
I think so.
I mean, you've got 50 seconds left in the quarter. The Braves have opened up a 8-point lead with those couple of Antonucci baskets. She was looking for that one there, looking to add to her point total. Riggs looking around.
She wants the ball in the post. Maddie wants it. Kicks it around. Kennedy Green. Nice looking shot.
Nice drive. That was nice patience. Kennedy Green with a nice runner. Nice soft touch and swished it. Don't foul. Unfortunately, she follows a really fantastic play with an unnecessary foul up top. That's when you got 23 seconds left. Obviously, they're not going to score from half court. Again, just try to have the patience and not give in to the temptation of reaching and, again, playing defense with your feet.
And I think a very good sub, Coach Rachel takes out Maddie, give her a little breather.
Yep.
No need to pick up a foul 23 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, Olivia Dowling getting her first minutes of the game for the Braves.
A well-earned break for Maddie. 2 nice buckets, and might add 2 great steals after the bucket.
Yep.
Shows you, again, the focus and determination on both sides of the court.
I think everybody kind of took off there. I'm not sure exactly why. Kendall Dewey with getting a couple here, and she once again switches her first. She doesn't have much rotation on the ball, but that's kind of goes down with one knee bent, but so maybe not your sort of traditional orthodox form, but still really great results, and she's got a great soft touch on the ball. And obviously, I don't think she's hit the rim with any of her free throws, because I think she's got 4 or 6 from the line. Nice drive by Annie Isford, and can't get it to roll. No fouls here, girls. And the Braves are able to take a 8-point lead here to the break.
Well, and I think they did a nice job weathering a little bit of a storm. A strong first period for the Braves. Mariemont came out the first half of the second, as mentioned before.
So, folks, we're at halftime here. We're going to take about a 6-minute break. Halftime is now whittled down to 8 minutes here in high school basketball. So if you all want to take a break, unless you want to listen to Jeff Damadeo, actually they're going to do it at 10 minutes. I'm not sure what has changed since the last couple.
We return to Indian Hill, where the Braves, the home Braves, lead the visiting Warriors from Mariemont 23-15. We were saying right before we went off the air, the Braves start with a strong first period. The Warriors, they came back with a pretty good run early in the second, only to see the Braves finish strong with an 8-point lead. We'll see who comes out, takes the first punch at the third. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned at some point in the first half, the Braves aren't quite. Again, they're learning, getting used to each other, new personnel and everything. Not quite as aggressive all over the court as they were last year. But if you've seen Braves games from a few years, 3, 4, 5 years before that, and that was a necessity of personnel, but the Braves were very much 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, very much a walking up the court for the most part, unless Ellie Shaw got a breakaway. But last year, Rachel had the athletes to, in her first year of coaching the Braves, to be able to be really nice, Jaden. Good step, good look. Be patient, good. Smart play by Jaden James. Good steal, smart play to hold it up. But yeah, the Braves, went from being a walk it up to last year being a run, and run some more, and just phenomenally defensively. Kennedy Green, nice shot. A little off to the left on that one. But a nice open look for her. And those are shots she'll have to get used to taking and develop the confidence to take them, be able to take some of the pressure off the other scorers for the Braves.
You can see the Braves are putting a little bit more focus defensively on Kendall Dewey, who had a very strong first half.
Yep.
Annie Isfording tried to jump the play there. Annie's really got her eye on Kendall, and it's understandable why. Nice ball pair, Kendall Dewey.
And right on cue, she gets an open three, but Jaden with the board. Almost overextended herself a bit, but get the Braves set up. Yeah, it will be interesting to see with still a relatively tight game what, I mentioned the first half, the Braves had a lot more substitutions than we've seen in the first 4 games for them, and especially against Summit the other night when they're behind. So we'll see if that strategy is going to be designed to give the Braves a little more legs here in the second half. Briggs with a nice drive. Oop. Got caught a little bit between Swish and Bank.
Oh, nice Jaden.
But Jaden comes up with the board. He's going to get fouled and get hit to the line.
Jaden's come out strong this half. Steals the first ball the Warriors have up the court. She's now on the offensive glass, fighting for position, going up strong on the free throw line. Good to see. Yeah,
from our angle, Ella making one of her really nice penetration drives, a little Euro step, and then going up for the stop and pop. And again, I think just a little indecision between Bank and Swish. Got caught in between. Rose Vigran, the freshman, is in for her first varsity action of the year. Has missed the first 4 games, as did Jordan Church with club soccer commitments. So I think as those two get their basketball legs under them here, that they'll be real big contributors as the season wears on for Indian Hill.
Jaden James converts both free throws, 25-15 in favor of Indian Hill.
And Braves in a 2-3 of their own here.
A high 2-3. Looks like Maddie's really pressing.
Let's get some nice ball movement.
Boy.
That's a nice drive.
Kendall Dewey again.
Yep. Nice drive by the senior.
That young lady came to play tonight.
Absolutely. You know, Annie with her quick first step, but failed to bring the ball with her.
Short, looks
way short. Yep. And Annie Isfording is the beneficiary of a rebound.
Yeah, that was Amy Moeller coming up
short.
short.
Going to have an open look from 3 and bottom. Condocienna. Nucci da 3. I guess I'm not allowed to use a nickname though. Yeah. Anyway, nice shot, wide open look for Maddie in the corner. Braves up by 11 now.
Up, Annie Isfording on a steal.
Yep.
Takes it. She's got Dewey guarding her. Nice block by Dewey down low. Kick to Kennedy.
Kick Kennedy off to the left.
Oh, Jaden
goes strong. Oh, use the board, my darling.
And there's Maddie.
Yeah, Jaden was a nice fly in, nice grab, and just need to use the board a little bit better. And Maddie bails her out. Gets the board on the other side.
Really strong start to the second half again.
Yeah.
I sound redundant. Jaden James, she's all over the place, jumping the ball, all over the offensive glass, a lot of energy. She did miss the follow there, but you got to love the energy and the effort and the direction she's pointing right now.
Yep. And Kennedy getting some open looks here. I mean, she unfortunately missed those couple shots here from the left side. But as a young lady who's going to be, she's a good athlete, has really come a long way from the last couple of years. much better player, much more confident player. And you know, for a kid without a lot of experience on the varsity level, you know, you got to take those shots, and that's going to be good for her as the season wears on, to know that to have that confidence to take those shots in clutch situations. So good for her, and those will start to drop for her.
Oh, and that's going to be important for the whole team. There are going to be games where teams are going to have some success keeping Maddie and Ella down. Looks like a turnover. Braves played some strong defense.
Call.
Yeah.
Mariemont unable to get the ball inbounds.
Annie to trigger from under the basket.
She's going to have an opportunity. Kicks it off to Rose Weigand, and unfortunately she traveled doing the ball fake. Oh, nice hops by the young lady referee down there. Pass a little bit higher. She got up for that one.
Indian Hill back in a full court press. Maddie nearly steals the ball. 4 are up. Jaden is back. And the pressure is probably a good idea. It's how we started the game. It's how we got up early. Right. And it looks like Coach Rachel is back to the same tactics. Put the pressure on.
And Annie, unfortunately, is going to get called for the foul. Well, a young lady referee is, I remember the game last year. She's very good at what she does. And remember last year, Claire talking to her before the game and says, it's like, wow, I've never had a referee shorter than I am. Okay. For those of you who don't know my daughter Claire, she's about 5'2" on a good day.
Kendall Dewey brings the ball up the court. She's hounded, gets through. Mariemont setting up the offense now. Seems to all rotate through Kendall Dewey, and again, you can certainly understand why.
Looks like Kendall Springs going to get an open look, but short with a shot, and Nooch bringing the ball up after getting the board.
Nice move, Kat. That's a nice move.
Oh, Kennedy just can't get the roll, but yeah. Pete's right. That was a. You're right. That was a sweet drive, and if she can, you know, consistently add that to her repertoire, she's going to be a force on the perimeter for the Braves.
Well, she looks comfortable and she looks confident. The moves are appropriate. They're meaningful.
Yep.
They're just not falling right now.
Annie picks up another. I'm not sure what she's thinking out there. You know. Oh, I'm sorry. I am completely wrong. I'm not sure.
A little moving screen action.
I thought that. I thought that Annie had gotten called for a reach-in, but apparently the call went the other way. No, you know, I haven't seen Olivia Nacchione out on the floor for a while now from Mariemont. I'm wondering if she's feeling okay or if she didn't get banged up or something. Certainly hope not. Nice pass by Skylar. Ish trying one and nailing one.
Annie Isford gets a big shot.
Now.
Big shot by Annie. We needed that. Big long three. 33-17.
Yeah, I think
Braves.
that's and they're our scoring table's having a little trouble. They gave that bucket to Ella Riggs, who's not even actually. Oh, yeah, she is. No, I'm sorry. Was out there instead of to. Oh no, there's maybe switching back. I do believe that was Annie's first bucket of the game.
I think you're right. All to be sorted out accordingly.
Ooh, that's kind of a shot putt looking form there.
It's number 20, Erica Dewey on the free throw line for the Warriors.
I'm assuming that's another one of the Dewey sisters.
She misses the front. Second one, she is true. We have a 33-18 Braves lead with 2:20 to go in the third.
Well, I said a little awkward on the form, but I'm sure Big Sister will cure her of that. You know, Kendall obviously a good scorer and good shooter. Always good to learn from the Big Sister. Rose Weigand gets a bank. Actually, this time of night, I guess the ATM. The banks are closed, but Rose gets her first varsity bucket for the Braves.
Kendall Dewey brings the ball up the court as usual. 21 drives. We have a kick
Nice
out.
ball fake.
Yeah. Well, Maddie may be hurt here. Yeah, Maddie took one into the midsection and seems to be reaching for air right now.
Yeah. Well, with a 15-point advantage, you know, Rachel could afford to maybe bring her over and make sure she's okay. But she seems to be doing fine.
Going to take more than a little shot to the midsection to get Maddie out of the game. She is a tough cookie. Braves with the ball. We got Ella Riggs, swings it over to Rose Vigrant. Skylar Robinson with a ball fake. The ball swings back around. Amy Prue moves it over to Maddie, looking at the long one. Maybe, nope. Amy Prue from the wing. A little bit
that's
deep.
A bit offside. Bit off.
Ella Riggs on
trying one, and she's well short on that one, surprisingly enough. Nooch with another board and another bucket. Yeah, they don't have any kind of answer from Maddie in the post.
Yeah, Maddie worked so hard on her position.
Maddie can, Maddie can score at will probably. I would say against them.
Rebound, Skylar Robinson rebound. Amy Prue, we're in transition. Braves 37-20 with less than a minute to go in the third. Maddie from deep on the right wing.
That's going to be off. That's Fortunato. Riggs with the rebound, though. Swings back out to Skylar. So the Braves have 2 freshmen, 2 seniors, and a sophomore on the court right now.
Looks like the Braves may be holding for the last shot.
Yeah, 20. They've got down to 20 seconds here. So, yeah, that's a smart move. Did she call Skylar? She did. Skylar did. She did a good job getting position. Got a nice feed in. Kept the ball up high, which, again, you want post players to do. Unfortunately, just shuffled her feet a little bit. 15 seconds left here. The Braves have slowly but surely opened up a 17-point lead on the Warriors.
Nice little half-court trap, Amy Prue, and
oh, wow. That's a clutch shot. Kendall Dewey, who else?
Annie at the buzzer. Yeah! How about that? Annie Istrading on the long runner for 3 at the buzzer. It's all good. Going to the bank. We got 40-23 for the Braves after 3. A lot of energy there going into the fourth.
Will.
Jurgensen Company provided infrastructure products, solutions, and construction services to the Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana region for over 90 years.
Will.
Couple big baskets, one by the Warriors, one by the Braves, right at the buzzer. 40-23. Braves after 3. Look to take that momentum of the long shot by Istrading into the fourth quarter.
We are proud to be a sponsor of Indian Hill High School community. Go Braves. We're a proud sponsor of Indian Hill Athletics. Finally, Bob Summer on time. Guarantees the best drive-away tire price in Greater Cincinnati. With 16 locations, we are right around the corner. Stop in or go online.
We got ready for the beginning of the fourth. Looks like Coach Rachel going back to her 5 starters, all coming back on the court. Some valuable minutes for the team. Certainly, a couple of the young girls, the freshmen, getting a little bit of time there and some impact. Over the course of a long season, that's going to be important. Some fresh legs, but also some development by those young ladies. Here we go.
Well, and absolutely. Again, we have a situation where the Braves played Saturday. They played on Monday. They're playing today, and then they're playing this coming Monday against St. Ursula here at home. So, yeah, it's good not only for in-game fresh legs and for experience, but also, as you were just saying, Pete, over the long haul. Oh, there's a bit of a miscue. Yeah, but over the long haul, it's good for the save the legs of some of your starters.
No question.
But again, it's also has the added benefit of getting game experience for some young players who really don't. This is a pretty, you've got the Maddie Antonucci and Ella Riggs and Annie Isherding. But, Riggs and Isherding are still only sophomores. So really, they've obviously got a lot of experience from last year, and Maddie, a 4-year starter. But the rest of the team, not much experience. So this is good to, Rachel getting a lot of bodies on the floor, getting their confidence built up, getting the team to work with each other. And you can see already just in the first couple weeks of the season, Kennedy Green and Jaden James growing into their roles, and they're going to be key contributors as the season wears on.
Mariemont gets the fourth quarter going with a basket by, you guessed it, Kendall Dewey. Braves bring the ball up the court and running the half-court offense.
They certainly look to be, I wouldn't say milking the clock, but they definitely seem to be trying to be patient. And, Jaden just missed her. Maddie flashed across the lane, and I guess Jaden just couldn't see her, unfortunately.
I think you make a great point. Rachel's seemingly told the girls no need to rush. We were up 17 to start the fourth. Now it's 15. The clock is our friend. And looks like the girls are showing some good patience early on in the fourth, although Coach Rachel's about to get a sub in. So let's see what the girls have in this half-court set.
So, yeah, I mean, they've already burnt, I think probably, I haven't been paying attention, but I'd say a minute off the clock just in this possession. So showing that they can have patience and ball control. And, again, a good exercise. And Ella got a little bailed out maybe, I think, there, because she was going to travel. And Coach Spreen is up in I don't know that he has an argument, but maybe he's talking to one of his players like you. Didn't need to foul Ella Riggs on that. But the Braves get bailed out, and that's only the third team foul in Mariemont. The Braves only have 2 in this half, so it'll be a while before we see anybody shooting a bonus.
Jaden going out for a little breather, and let's see, Skylar Robinson back in the game.
Nice fake by Maddie Antonucci. Oh, and that's a bit of a foul.
Ouch. Annie goes down hard. Annie Isfording going hard to the hole, gets knocked down on her knee, but she jumps up quickly and is ready to go to the free throw line and take care of business. Good to see.
Well, if that were on the soccer pitch, that would definitely be a PK for coming forward. But she gets the basketball equivalent of that, and she'll go to the line for 2.
At the line for the Braves.
Unable to hit her first.
33, Annie Isfording.
Let's switch this a second.
Looks like Coach Rachel is now calling off. She's got.
She's alternating her personnel a little bit with Skylar on the back row now.
Taking where Jaden had been, and 4 up, 1 back, and pressure's been good for the Braves.
Bit of a wild shot, but the results are kind.
High off the glass, Claire Wilder. 2 points for Mariemont. 41-27 at the 5:17 mark. Annie from way short.
Oh, nice pass. Should we give her an assist on that, or do we just credit Ella Riggs for being in the right place there?
If you saw the smile on Annie's face, I think she is thanking her teammate for being in the right spot.
The long arms of the law for Maddie Antonucci stealing that ball and getting it in.
Good move, Annie.
Annie makes him pay at the other end.
Nice little pass from Ella Riggs. Annie coming all the way down the lane, uses the glass.
And she's her body really well. Then you can see her like dip down and lower her shoulder, but in a going parallel to the basket and making sure that she's going to protect that ball from the defender. and worked her way around, and with Annie's length and her quick first step and one nice hard dribble, and she was there and reached around and put that reverse bucket in.
And the Braves with some strong defense get a quick turnover. Annie bringing it down right now. Passes to Skylar, back to Annie. Maddie's calling for it in the post. Let's see if Maddie gets her wish. Nope, Annie's going all the way in. Oh, unlucky. Good rebound. Maddie on the finish.
Nooch for the bucket on the rebound. Cleaning up the mess.
Like we've been saying a lot, Maddie fights so hard to get into the right spot and gets rewarded for it.
Annie got her money's worth on that foul. Is not going to let Maddie Hartman for the Warriors get that shot off. Braves up by 20 now with that put back by Maddie Antonucci at the other end.
Maddie Hartman comes up a bit firm on her first try for the Warriors. Second shot forthcoming.
Well, with 4 minutes left in this game, you can, when it jinx anything, but the way this game's been going, it's looks like it's going to be the Braves' night. But this does give more of an opportunity to continue what the things that Rachel's been trying to get the team to work on here. That minute-plus long possession. They're working some offensive sets, getting some of the other young ladies in the game, getting them experience and everything.
Here goes Maddie. She sees going to the hole. Big move, Maddie.
Yeah, again, I think if Maddie wanted to, she could just probably score on 90% of the Braves' possessions. I mean, there's nobody going to stop her. She's either going to go over somebody or she's quick enough to be able to drive around the Mariemont perimeter defenders. It's not that Maddie has blazing speed, but she's got great ball sense, nice first step, and, she's used to finishing, and she also has a good stop and pop. I mean, that's why players have to play out on her. It's not like they can just, play for the drive or play for the, the three-pointer or play for the mid-range, because Maddie's able to hit any of those shots. And so, with that arsenal in her bag of tricks, the defender is kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, and that's right. Her combination of strength and skill, it's a double whammy for whoever the opponent is. And to your point, if you lay off her, she's going to take the outside shot, and we all know she's got tremendous touch. You play her too tight, she's going to go around you, and you can't take a breather when a shot goes up, because I'm not sure I've seen a player work harder for offensive position inside than Maddie. Her offensive rebounding, it doesn't happen by luck. It happens by hard work, properly reading the shot, getting to the backside, and she gets rewarded. She's 24 points, 3.5 minutes to go in the game, and she's earned every one of them.
Well, this won't quite be the referee's looking in the direction. For some reason, I'm not sure. Hopefully we didn't do anything wrong here. We're just sitting here. Won't be quite the 30-plus point wins the Braves had in the games last year, but definitely a solid effort against a very solid Mariemont team.
Yeah,
again, I think I mentioned earlier that they came back from about a 10-point deficit the other night against Wyoming and pulled out a 2-point victory against the Cowboys. So, looking ahead, if we make the assumption that Mariemont and Wyoming are on par, very good chances for the Braves to have another CHL title this year.
Well, I'm sure Coach Rachel would say one game at a time.
Absolutely, yeah. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. just can't be stopped in here.
Maddie is a tough matchup for the Warriors tonight, and probably for most teams you'll see this year.
Foul on Mariemont, number 3. Claire Wilder, her second. Team 7.
I might add a really strong second half by Annie Isfording. You take a look at her work. A couple passes, she'd like that back in the second quarter. little disjointed play, and boy, she's come out in the second half. Some strong drives to the hole, some great distributions. She's really taken charge out there, and it's showing. Been a big contributor in the second half for the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, Annie, again, I mentioned before that Annie's a phenomenal athlete, and she's been a little inconsistent so far this year. Been phenomenal against Madera. She was just, you look and say, oh my God, this kid's not going to play soccer D1 because she'll rather play basketball D1. But in other games she's inconsistent. But and even in tonight's game, as you just mentioned, she had some ball handling miscues in the first half, but came on strong here in the second half and showed everybody that she's a real stud player, and absolutely going to be someone everybody's going to have to key on. And also the benefit of that. Nice block.
Oh, they called a foul.
Oh, really? Wow. I thought Olivia Dowling had that, and I think we're going to be told we're wrong. But, hey, from our angle. But, immaterial to the game. Again, still a 20-point Braves lead with just under 3 left.
But it is great once again to see Rachel working a freshman in. She has the opportunity with the 20-point lead to get Livy in, get her some quality time, get her acclimated to playing with the Jaden and Annie and Maddie and the whole crew.
That's a good job. Good job, Liv. Yeah, Livy Dowling did a nice job for the varsity soccer team this year, too, getting a nice amount of minutes for a freshman, and in a team that lost 7 starters from the state title team of 18. Olivia and a lot of the freshmen, Rose Wagner and Jordan Church, just whole bunches of those girls came in and just made a big difference and really led the Braves soccer team to a successful season. Amy Dunlap, I'm sure, would say it was all her coaching, but sorry.
Well, it looks like wholesale changes are coming. Mariemont's called a timeout and are clearing the bench. And it looks like Coach Rachel is now bringing in the rest of her several more freshmen coming in.
Yeah,
looks
see,
like
Sarah Stevens going to check in. Looked like Jordan Church was going to check in.
Looks like Skylar's back in the game. So this is, again, there's 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go. And these are valuable minutes and really some great opportunity for these girls to show what they have and to get acclimated to varsity basketball. I mean, this is against one of the big rivals.
Yep.
Always has been, always will be. Mariemont is a formidable opponent in their gym and our gym, and these are meaningful minutes.
And yeah, I mean, just getting acclimated to the. It's like anytime you move to the next level, getting acclimated to the increased speed of the game, the increased skill level of the game, especially the increased physicality of the game. Now, certainly there are a number of teams that aren't that physical, but you can get bumped around. So the Braves those young players need to learn how to be strong with the ball, and if you're not, Olivia, for instance, is rail thin. But she's got good footwork. She's a smart player. So she's got to use her wits and her skill level to her advantage, and know that it's going to be a year or two before she's going to go bang around in the post with some of the bigger girls in the CHL or out of league. Oh, nice. Did you call it? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Jordan Church getting dirty.
Yeah, Jordan making a nice hustle play, getting on the floor. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that she rolled a little bit in that effort. But nice,
getting dirty and working hard. That's
nice
what we like
hustle.
to see.
Yeah, coaches love watching kids go to the floor. Looks like Nora Stern's going to come back in for the Braves here in the last minute plus. Replacing Amy Prue, senior for senior.
Interesting. It's like Jordan and Skylar will be bringing the ball up the court, and some different positions here. Ball swings to Olivia Dowling to Skylar.
Don't touch it. Oh well. Yeah, and another benefit of this particular scenario is, yeah, if you can move around a bit, the greatest compliment I think you can pay to a player is to say, she's a basketball player. She's not a forward. She's not a point guard. She's not a post. She's a basketball player. Or she's a soccer player, which means they're capable of playing multiple positions, playing both ends of the court, all that sort of good stuff. That the experience that they're getting in these, especially for a league game against a good opponent.
Well, I've had that conversation with Coach Cobb, who's worked with a lot of these girls, and he talks about the importance of being able to, whether you're playing the 1, to then be able to play the 2, or if you're a 4, being able to play some of the 3. And exactly, flexibility is key, and the ability to be available when Coach Rachel needs you, regardless of the spot.
And again, I haven't seen. I'm trying to see Olivia Nafchioni over on the bench. I don't know that she's been in the whole second half.
She wasn't for briefly.
Yeah. I just hope she's okay. I mean, good kid, good athlete. I just hope that she didn't, that she's not sick, or that she didn't roll an ankle or injure herself. She's got her head buried in her hands right now, and I just hope she's that's maybe emotion and not like she's under the weather or something like that.
Well, we have a final, 51-31. The Braves take the home game against the visiting Warriors from Mariemont. Strong performances. Maddie leads the way. No surprise there. 26 points. Really even scoring. Annie and Ella both with 13 each. And overall, a strong performance by the Braves.
Yeah, we will be back this coming Monday. St. Ursula comes to visit the Braves. That ought to be a real good game. We have a couple of blasts from the very recent past that are going to come and guest commentate for us for a little bit. So I hope you all tune in for that little Christmas surprise brought to you on behalf of Tom Price and me. So yeah, we hope everybody tunes in or comes out and watches the game on Monday evening against St. Ursula. And after that, then the Braves turn their sights to exams and Christmas, and then immediately, I think the day after Christmas, they're flying to Orlando for the 3 games down there in a holiday tournament. So, for Pete Robinson, I'm Chuck DeHamel, and Will, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, back in the booth. Our director for tonight, Denny Dupp's teaching him all the ropes. But Will, master of the camera, is now becoming master of back of the house. So thanks to everybody. We hope you've enjoyed watching the game tonight. We'll see you on Monday. Take care, folks.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.